It's often said that the best defense is a good offense. So as we observe Cancer Awareness Month in April, we here at the JIS urge you to screen for the disease and adopt a healthy lifestyle. Getting regular checkups increase early detection, while exercising, resting and eating healthy foods all boost one's immune system to fight against cancer if it's detected. Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson, your host for today's show. We have a lot in store for you, so please stay with us.
Experiencing flu-like symptoms such as coughing, fever or runny nose? Has it caused severe aches and pains? Is it difficult to breathe? Have you been feeling dizzy? What about diarrhea, vomiting or dehydration? If the answer is yes, see your doctor or the nearest health center right away. These are all symptoms of the influenza A H1N1 virus. Be smart. Seek medical attention today.
Don't make diseases spread. Wash your hands with soap and water instead. Wash them regular or use a hand sanitizer. Make sure the germs them dead. Touching your eyes or your mouth or your nose. Wash your hands before you do things like those. After you use the bathroom before preparing food, come on, wash your hand them clean.
Good day, I'm Tamara McHale and this is your JIS News for Monday, April 4. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says government is on track to implement its $1.5 million tax break. The plan involves removing income tax obligations for persons earning $1.5 million or less. In a statement following last week's cabinet retreat, Mr. Holness said the matter would be fully addressed in the 2016-2017 budget presentation. Last week's cabinet retreat was primarily held to finalize the budget, which is scheduled to be tabled in the House of Representatives on April 14. The executive used the 3 days of consultations to refine its new plans and programs and directed the ministries, departments and agencies on priorities and strategies for implementation. Presentations from the Ministry of Finance, the Central Bank and PIOJ were considered. Prime Minister Holness says he's encouraged by his ministers' dedication and energy, adding that he expects them to be agile and detailed in their implementation and supervision of government's plans and programs. Jamaica Customs is moving to increase its efficiency by acquiring new scanning equipment that facilitates a more hands-off approach to the inspection of cargo. Commissioner of Customs Major Richard Rees says the equipment, called a fixed portal, will be able to scan containerized shipment from different angles.
The benefits of such a system would be increased revenue, obviously, and of course improved border protection, because you would be able to identify products inside the container more accurately, and if you have a suspicious product, you can then do several additional views.
The upgraded equipment will complement the automated systems for customs data Asikuda so that officials can determine if the images in the container match the documentation.
The message to persons who smuggle is that it is going to be very difficult and the penalties are high. So we encourage persons to do voluntary compliance, and we will ensure that you can clear your goods quickly.
If an individual commits a breach of the Customs Act, he or she can be fined 3 times the value of the goods and 3 times the duty, whichever is higher. The goods will also be seized. A number of measures are now being implemented to strengthen the security of the Tablets in Schools program before the next phase is rolled out. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Dr. Andrew Wheatley gave the update during a recent ceremony where Jamaica handed over 100 tablet computers to 14 schools in its operating communities in Clarendon and Manchester.
In the next phase of the Tablet in School initiative, that we will be ensuring that the devices will have the necessary security features, so that if someone should by chance borrow it without permission, then that tablet will be rendered ineffective, useless. We will not be rolling out this new phase until we have achieved that objective.
Over 25,000 tablets have been distributed in schools since the pilot initiative started in the 2014-2015 academic year. Government will be strengthening the National Parenting Support Commission (NPSC) as a way of getting parents more involved in the academic affairs of their children. Minister of Education, Youth and Information Senator Ruel Reid made the announcement at the Jamaica Teachers Association's 15th Annual Education Conference held in St. Ann last week.
If parents don't show interest in education, it's only the teacher, as great as we are. But sometimes you know there's a disconnect. And if you show no interest in education, the child may very well, yes, be socialized that education is not important.
The Jamaican Association on Intellectual Disabilities, JADE, is urging more assessment of children who are classified as slow learners to determine if they are actually displaying characteristics of intellectual disabilities. The association's executive director, Christine Rodriguez, says there are several points in the education system where this assessment could be done.
If we are making a valiant effort to reach the persons with intellectual disability, we will also reach many of those persons who might not have an intellectual disability but are failing in school.
Mrs. Rodriguez was speaking at a recent JIS think tank. About 88% of children with intellectual disabilities are classified as mild and can be found in the regular school system. Pointing out that children with intellectual disabilities need alternative pathways to learning, JADE's executive director says the association has been collaborating with teachers in several schools to help these students perform within their settings. And finally, the Jamaica Cancer Society is spearheading a number of health promotion activities this month to increase awareness on cervical cancer and encourage more persons to get screened for the disease. April is being observed as Cancer Awareness Month under the theme, Cervical Cancer is Preventable, Do Your Pap Smear. Executive Director of the Jamaica Cancer Society, Hewlett Gordon, told a recent JIS think tank that activities would include handing out flyers, pap smear screenings, a church service, and a lecture series on the 17th.
We'll be having interviews and exhibits, and we'll be going across the country. We'll be in Montego Bay, we'll be in Manchester, engaging the public, increasing awareness around cervical cancer.
Although it is preventable, cervical cancer remains the second leading cancer and cause of cancer-related deaths among Jamaican women. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thanks for watching.
All the people them when I want Zig V, hold up your hand. Zig V in the Caribbean territory, but we now want that virus take set pan we. So make sure send no stagnant water inside and mash up all mosquito breed inside. Pour hole in the tin them where you dash way and change the water in your vase every day. No litter, dispose of your garbage proper. You know them the tin that we turn drain blacker. Tour your community and tour your yard for suppress mosquito. We have figure hard dash we old tire turn over drum pan for prevention is the greatest weapon. And special shout out to pregnant ladies, protect yourselves and protect your babies. Draw for your zapper and your mosquito spray. If you do all that we can to keep them away. For we know what's in vain.
From convening a 3-day cabinet retreat to streamlining a national response to H1N1 and the Zika viruses, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was on the go this past week. Catch up with him and other ministers in the office of the Prime Minister next.
Fruitful 3-day cabinet retreat, interministerial approach to dealing with H1N1 and Zika viruses, and praise for West Indies men and women's senior cricket teams. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says government is on track and will fully address the increase in the income tax threshold for some categories of workers when the budget is presented. Mr. Holness's comments follow a 3-day cabinet retreat at Jamaica House last week. Government emerged from the cabinet retreat with refined plans and programs as it relates to the growth agenda, the budget, and the IMF program. Cabinet also carried out an intensive review of existing plans and programs of the ministries, departments, and agencies of government. In preparation for the tabling of the budget on April 14, Cabinet heard submissions from the Finance Ministry, the Central Bank, and the PIOJ. Prime Minister Holness also commended cabinet ministers for their dedication in marshalling their ministries, saying it gave him confidence that they would be agile in their implementation of government plans and programs. Last Thursday, Prime Minister Holness chaired an interministerial meeting to streamline government's response to the H1N1 and Zika viruses. He said government would be strengthening its response to the viruses in a more strategic, comprehensive and systematic way. As such, ways were discussed to facilitate closer collaboration across key agencies and the efficient use of available resources. While urging personal responsibility to safeguard against the viruses, Mr. Holness said deeper linkages with international and local partners would also be continued. Last Thursday's meeting involved ministers and senior officials from the Office of the Prime Minister and the Ministries of Health, Tourism and Local Government. The head of government has committed to continuing incentives for companies listed on the Junior Stock Exchange. Prime Minister Holness made the announcement when he met with a delegation from the exchange headed by General Manager Marlene Street Forrest. The junior stock market celebrated 7 years of operation last week. While offering his congratulations on the milestone, Mr. Holness said it supported government's push to boost growth. On Monday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness issued praises on the West Indies male and female senior cricket teams on their historic wins at the ICC World 2020 Championships in India on Sunday. In a statement, Mr. Holness said the wins were a testament to the grit and determination of the people of the Caribbean. The Prime Minister also urged the persons to be inspired by the unprecedented double championship wins as well as the recent victory of the West Indies men under-19 cricket team. And Prime Minister Andrew Holness received several visits to Jamaica House this past week, among them officials from the Exim Bank. He also received a courtesy call from the Gleaner Company's lifestyle editor Barbara Ellington. Mr. Holness was presented with a framed photograph of the Gleaner's cover page the day after the 2016 general elections.
Much has been done, but there is still much more to do, particularly at the grassroots level, in terms of enabling and empowering the poorest and most vulnerable among us, including our women and children, to adapt and to cope with some of the intense and often devastating weather events associated with climate change.
Minister Darrell Vaz was addressing the opening of the 3rd National Communication and Presentation of Outcomes 1 and 3, as well as the biennial update report to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. He used the function held Tuesday at the Mona Visitors Lodge to call for an effective adaptation process to include the informal and agricultural sectors which are disproportionately affected by natural disasters.
Community-based disaster preparedness and response plans that take the physical, psychological, social and economic vulnerabilities of persons employed in the informal and agricultural sectors into account. This will help to reduce their vulnerability to disasters overall.
And that's it for today's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Do join us next time for the latest news coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.
Tax Administration Jamaica is working to serve you even better. Have you used the upgraded electronic service Raise 2? Through this online platform, you can check statement balances, start the application process for a taxpayer registration number, file income tax returns, and much more. No lines, no hassle. It's just a click away.
I like the system and it is very, very, very good.
I find it user-friendly.
Log on to jamaicatax.gov.jm or call 1-888-TAX-HELP for details. Use Raise 2 and experience the upgrade.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information has been ensuring that students get the most out of their academic years. The latest initiative involved high schoolers who received important lessons about marketing and entrepreneurship. Take a look.
Come on, give me lights, camera, action. Oh, that's where everything happens. Lights, camera, action.
And with that, the cameras, the phones and the tablets got rolling as students from high schools across the island got to producing their first television commercial. It was all as a result of the Junior Achievement Jamaica Marketing Maven Commercialize Your Business competition.
The Marketing Maven competition is one aspect of one of our education programs we offer at the high school level, where students between 9th and 12th grade are engaged in learning about starting and operating a small business during the course of the school year. So the competition has been integrated into the overall program as a means of giving students the opportunity to really engage in the marketing, as the title suggests, of their product that they develop as a part of their company.
So for the competition, students were tasked with the challenge of developing up to a 60-second commercial focused on what their product was about and their target market.
We decided on a commercial because we wanted to really have them to take the opportunity to get really creative in thinking about, okay, I came up with this product idea as a part of the program. I'm developing my company. I know who I want my target market to be, but does that necessarily mean that they're going to buy it? How, what creative methods can I incorporate to really get people interested in my product?
So, just how creative were they? Not bad at all for high schoolers. Top 3 commercials were Mayday High in 3rd place with their Bebida Energetica, Convent of Mercy Alpha Academy in 2nd with their Fabric Craze cushions, and the winner, the Rusty's High School in Hanover with Twinklets.
In light of the increasing demand for electrical power and the costly nature of imported oil, which has resulted in high electricity bills, and the growing concern for our environment globally, our company decided to focus our commercial on sustainable development and energy conservation through our energy-efficient products, Twinklets.
We learned how to use the Adobe After Effects software and other technology, which enabled us to create what we wanted. We also learned that when marketing a product, there are various elements to consider as it relates to using the most effective medium to reach our target market. And also, teamwork makes our dream work.
Judging was done by a team from Junior Achievement Jamaica, assisted by representatives from the Jamaica Information Service. Several factors went into deciding the winning ad.
They targeted a sector that many Jamaicans are challenged with, which is energy conservation. So when you see the product now and their idea of how you can find simple ways of achieving that, it was very interesting.
The competition has not only rewarded students, but has undeniably taught critical marketing and video production skills to these youngsters.
Not only do students get to learn the theoretical aspects of business, they also get to put into practice what they learn. They learn about marketing strategies and types of advertisements. During the Junior Achievement Program and the Marketing Maven specifically, they get to see everything come alive. So not only are we teaching them to own their economic success, we're also teaching them skills and tools that will help them to be worthwhile citizens in a global business environment.
We are Racine High School, winners of the Junior Achievement Marketing Maven competition. Our motto is, Labor Omnia Winkit. Keep watching Jamaica Magazine. Woo!
Come on, give me light, camera, action. Oh, that's for everything.
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, more than a supper.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the hiding. You think I saw? We reach a the aging. I can, you can.
On June 25, 2012, Jamaican sprinter Novleen Williams-Mills was diagnosed with breast cancer. In that same year, she finished 5th in the 400 meters at the London Olympics and won a bronze medal in the 4x400 meter relays. At 31 years old, this young woman is a 5-time world champion and 3-time Olympic medalist representing Brand Jamaica proudly. She was brave enough to do a double mastectomy, removing both her breasts to lessen her chances of getting the disease again. In recent times, Williams-Mills is bravely speaking out to stress that early detection is what saved her life and to educate people that breast cancer is no respecter of age, fitness, or talent. More important, she wants people to know breast cancer can be beaten. We salute Novleen Williams-Mills and all our breast cancer survivors. Keep fighting.
April is not only about cancer awareness, it's also the month we celebrate our food producers. Watch and be inspired by this budding entrepreneur.
Seeking a career in agriculture? Well, there are several options. Truth is, there are so many areas that one can be involved in than just farming the soil and rearing animals. And as the government continues to establish and maintain initiatives to ensure a steady inflow of young talent in the sector, we highlight Mahalia Gordon, whose passion is linked to the soil.
This is my product. This is a natural seasoning and it is called Everybody's Natural Blend. It has a blend of ingredients such as escallion, garlic, thyme, ginger, pimento, pepper, garlic, and it is preserved with natural ingredients such as vinegar and salt, and it has a shelf life of a year.
In supporting our farmers, Mahalia uses locally grown produce to make this authentic Jamaican product.
I will show you how I prepare Everybody's Natural Blend. First, I would get the produce. Secondly, I would prepare them by washing, cleaning them up, and then chopping them up. So now we're adding the onions to everything, but this is not everything in the bowl, but because of time today, I won't do all of that. So I would show you now the pureed form, which is this, after which I would butter. Then we seal the bottle and then add our label, and then the product, Everybody's Natural Blend, is ready for the market.
Mahalia chose to tap into the agro-processing market because of her love for food preparation. Already, her condiments and sauces have been tested and approved by the Scientific Research Council, SRC.
I found myself loving to cook and basically trying out new stuff, experimenting on foods and different things. So the conceptions all started when I was home and I had meat to prepare. So I wasn't really in the mood to cut up and dice the scallion, the garlic and all of those. So I just decided to do a blend, just blend everything together and just do one blend. And this is a very convenient way for householders, housewives and others to, you know, get one blend in a bottle and just use it to season your meat, your fish or your poultry, just like that.
Although she's very business-minded and eager to put Everybody's Natural Blend on the local and international markets, Mahalia finds time to be a normal teenager.
Judy, forward now. And stop going like you're cute. Don't sit down right there, so I'm going to give some joy. Mahalia, she's a crazy person. When I say crazy, I mean like, she always giving me jokes. Really and truly, I tend to be in my book at times, but then again, I have to enjoy myself. Well, I'm a fun-loving person, down to earth, like to listen to music, reading, like to socialize with my peers.
Also a foodie, Mahalia is thinking of furthering her education at the University of Technology Jamaica UTech or at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education CASE. Her interest is to explore her creativity in the food industry by creating new products and services. Either of the two institutions will certainly provide the guidance necessary for her to exploit her budding business.
A few years from now, I see myself as a big entrepreneur. I'm planning to branch off into hot and spicy. Some persons don't like pepper, so I am thinking of doing non-peppery, and also trying to include other ingredients that are unique. For example, basil and those kind of herbs.
Big dreams being facilitated through agriculture. This expansion means Jamaican farmers will have to grow more so that more local produce will be used in authentic sauces like Mahalas and Daughters, and in doing so, we buy Jamaican and build Jamaica. Young people continuing the growth of the agriculture sector into the future.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Original.
And that's it for today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Do join us again tomorrow. If you're into social media, you can like us on Facebook, add us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and make our YouTube channel one of your favorites. Our website, jis.gov.jm, is always up and running, so be sure to check us out. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.